All right, everybody, it's April the 2nd, and come out here to check and see what we got in the way of trees blooming. So I kind of went around, used one of them apps. It's pretty cool. You can scan a tree and it'll tell you what it is. So, oop, got a mean bee around me. Okay, let's come over here. I'm going to show you what we got going on as far as trees wise here in West Virginia. Okay, I'll turn you around here. All right, what you see there, those two big trees right there are red maples. So the red maples are blooming. They have really small blooms on them right now. In the middle between those is actually a silver maple, and the silver maple is also starting to get blooms. Multiflora rose over there. There's some early, I believe it said honeysuckle on some of these bushes and stuff. We also have, and I don't have any right here, but we have Redbud, multiple Redbuds. So I'm being told that's a really good thing. So I got another bee running into me. Not happy. They do not like that camera. Why do they not like that camera? Okay, down there in the woods we have some Redbud. Starting to bloom. Some of them are actually about full bloom, and some of them are just starting. So depending on kind of what elevation and what holler you're down in, determines a little bit of difference in temperature and how much sunlight certain things get. We're on the southern side of the hill, so we get very direct sunlight, so we get a little bit warmer than everybody around us since we face the southern sun, which is pretty cool for us because everything grows really well on my side of the road. So one more thing that we got growing way back in there, kind of hard to see, and there's some more there with the green leaves. It's actually black cherry. So cherry trees are green already, so that's a good thing. These maples look really nice. So what I got going on is before this big storm hits, I've got some of my new lids that I'm going to put on 3 out of the 4 of these hives. The one lid that I've already reinforced and taken care of. I just don't want any water leakage into the hives. The bees are flying in and out, so I'm going to say that they are bringing in whatever they can find right now. And I think after this storm passes through, maybe Sunday or Monday, late Sunday or Monday, I've got the honey supers cleaned up and in the garage. I think we may just put a couple of those on our 2 really strong hives here, because they're starting to overflow with bees. That'll knock down the tendency of a boy, that thing just does not like me. Got a little guard bee that's just not happy with me. So adding a super on 2, maybe 3 of these, depending on how they're looking, will help reduce the tendency of wanting to swarm and take off on me until I can make some splits and get some queens made, which I don't think we're quite to that time yet, but I think from the research that I've done, we're getting really close. So yeah, let's get to it. Let's get some lids put on here. We're gonna look and see if we, doubtful, Okay, okay, okay. All right, I'm backing away. I'm backing away. You see that? Buzzing around me. Right there. Taking a look at you. Yeah. All right, let's go get something done. All right, see what we got going on here. Well, looks like bees. That's a good thing. They are not happy with me today, I can tell you that. I'm glad that I've got my suit on because they are bouncing into me like crazy. Of course, there's a storm coming, which means the pressure in the air is changing rapidly because this storm is coming in fast and it's going to be a strong one. So that rapid change in air pressure, these bees are they're just not happy about it. We just had a few drops of rain a little bit ago, so they don't like that. And hey, some guy's up here in a suit and he's going to change out these tops. So I showed you these tops in one of my last videos here. Check these things out, okay? Solid 3/4 pine, grade, I think it was grade number 2. Inch and 15/16 or 49mm hole to hold my tint plug in there, nice and tight. 3/4 inch thick feeder rim. Oh boy, 3/4 inch feeder rim so that we can put pollen patties under here. Nice and heavy. I put a joint in here. I'm not going to waste wood. I have scrap wood left over from building them other boxes. So what I did was I just put a joint down through here, put a little rabbit joint in there, glued it, stapled it from the inside so there's no fasteners up on the other side. Okay. Feeder rim. We got these end blocks here. Keep it from moving around. Keep the wind from taking it off, hopefully. The tint plug is right there. Okay. Good looking lid. Yes, I did have some staples come through on this one. The other ones did not do that because I used a little bit shorter staple. So, lesson learned. I already had boiled linseed oil down there in the house in the garage, so I went ahead, no use of buying something else, used scrap wood, leftover what we got, leftover staples, boiled linseed oil, rubbed this thing down real good with a coat of that. After that coat dried, came back, put 2 coats of spar urethane, which is a polyurethane for outside. They call it just a spar urethane. Okay, so you can get that at any old hardware store. It can take the heat, it can take the sun. It's a little bit tougher for the elements. So these should be nice and tough, and with the feeder rim around here, that'll also keep it from warping, hopefully. So let's get these put on here, see what the bees have to say today. We might pull a couple frames out, especially in the one we're waiting on a queen to possibly come back. So we might pull a couple frames out of there just to check before the storm hits, because we won't be able to touch nobody or nothing until next week. And that's even maybe on some days, because it's going to be a little chilly next week. So all right, here we go. All right, everybody, we've got a lot of bees in this first hive, a lot of bees, and look what else we found. Some cups. Okay, swarm cups. Now, empty. Empty. Okay. So the few that were there, they were empty. They're just practicing. We definitely want to keep a close eye on this because we do not want them to swarm. We got to pay really close attention. I still don't see any drones in here. But we have lots of bees, so we got to pay really close attention to this hive. It is going to be the first one to get a honey super come Sunday or Monday. So, all right, moving on. All right, you might be a little hard to see what I'm doing here, but what I'm going to do is the queen hasn't moved down into the bottom box and start laying. There's bees down here just kind of playing around. What I'm going to do is reverse the boxes because she is laying brood in the top box. I'll reverse the boxes, put her down in the bottom, and they will start laying from the bottom up. That'll also buy us some time, keep them from swarming. So here we go. That box is really, really light. All right, I'm looking in the bottom here on this bottom board for anything crazy. I don't see any hive beetles or anything like that, so that's good. It's a little dirty, which the bees really don't care about that, but alright, and already right here. I know the bees don't care, but hey, I'm already there. Let's clean it up a little bit. Okay. Top box is now the bottom box, and it is a little warm, or a little heavy, I'm sorry, not warm. A little heavy. All right. Looks pretty good. Not bad. Okay. Let's pull a quick frame out of here. Just so I can check her brood pattern. I do believe that she might just have a couple drone cells laid in there. A little bit taller than normal cells. Now, of all these videos I've made, I've yet to see one of my queens this spring. For some reason, my queens are very, very sneaky. So I am not surprised. And this queen here should be marked with a green dot. Now it's nice and warm today, so I'm not worried about this brood having any issues. Still no drones. They are back feeding with a little bit of nectar. Looks pretty darn good to me. This hive was a little slow last summer, but my goodness. This might just be our winter. This might be our winter for grafting some queens off of. And this is actually a queen that we grafted last year. She was successful. Oh, we have a queen. And it is our green dot queen. Oh, and we have drone cells. Multiple drone cells. Okay. This side looks good. Now, don't know how well you're going to be able to see her, but she's got the big green dot. You can see her walking around there. See her big green dot. Whoop. She does not want to be on camera. She is quick. Now she's at the bottom. You watch her. Oh, look at that. There's a drone. We have got drone. We've got one drone. Cool. We got to see our queen and a big fat drone. One drone is all I'm seeing. Don't know where he went. But we have drone cells in here, which is good. He's hiding. She's hiding too. There you go. Drone. Look at his big old eyes. Here, walk up on me. This is an ugly big old thing, isn't he? But that's what keeps the genetics going. Him and the queens. Well, multiples of him and other queens. But there you go. We'll put him back down on this frame. Our queen is still in there. She's hiding down in the corner. Make sure I put my brood back in the way it was. Be very gentle. We do not want to damage her. Okay. Get the rest of this brood back in here. Well, that makes you feel good. Seeing a queen, seeing healthy larvae and brood out. So easy. Starting to sprinkle. Get these together nice and tight. Okay. Get this top box back on here. I think it's going to be our winter, folks. I think this is the hive. I think that fresh queen we made last year, she's sandbagging on us just a little bit last summer. But when spring hit, she took off. Can't really ask for anything better than that. So we'll get this new lid on here. Here we go. And oh, that fits nice and tight. Okay, get a block on there. There we go. And that's that. I got 2 more to go, plus check for eggs in this other hive. If I find something, I'll get back with you. So, hang tight. Alright, well, that wore me out a little bit. Still didn't see any queen. That's okay. Still a little early. Could have flowed out and got ate by a who knows what, some kind of bird or something, or may just died, may got stuck in the rain, or I just didn't see her. But I was pretty thorough. Sorry I didn't record all that, but here's what I did. Since this hive right here is way too hot right now. I mean, there's tons and tons. There was 5 or 6 frames of almost solid brood in the bottom. They were growing too fast. So what I did, I went ahead and pulled 2 frames out of the bottom, okay, because we switched these around. I pulled a frame of young open brood and one of capped brood, and I shook some nurse bees into here to take care of those. About 1.5 frames to 2 frames of nurse bees. Okay, I shrunk this down to a single deep so they have less area that they have to defend off and keep warm and all that good stuff. So I put all the good stuff in the bottom. There's some honey, there is some open just waxed foundation, there is comb, and there's a little bit of brood. Okay, so if they need to make a queen, they've got everything they need down there to make a queen. There's pollen frame right up against the open brood. They've got everything they need if they need to make a queen. If not, then not. We will just use this hive. We will just use this hive maybe to start some queens or something. I don't know. We'll use it for something. This hive, not gonna hurt them. Taking a little bit out of there, not gonna hurt them at all. So check back. The saga continues. We will continue to monitor this hive. Everybody else is doing great. These here are my new spicy hive. You can see all I do is stick my hand down here like this, and wow, you go a little too fast and they just start tagging me. All right, so that's the new spicy hive. Watch out for that one. Okay, this one just keeps plugging along. All right, so check back on the next one. I'll keep you guys updated. Thanks for watching. Looks like a storm. The storm is rolling in. Oh, by the way, let me know what you think. These last couple of videos are on the new GoPro. So let me know what you think. It's pretty handy. It's got voice commands, all that good stuff. So keep watching. Thanks for watching. This is Jeremy with the Bee Acres. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you.